Well, it's a very exciting time for me. We're here at the BioFuture conference, and we just concluded our panel talking about therapeutic applications of virtual reality technology. I'm here with my colleagues Mark Edwards and JoAnn Difede, who were on the panel. We had a vigorous, wonderful conversation. What do you guys think about our conversation? I found it really exciting.
It was very exciting. We got to talk about how the applications of VR across multiple medical domains, from current uses to future possibilities, including using for remote monitoring and a very powerful one with cognitive assessment of diseases like Alzheimer's, which are a very costly and debilitating condition.
Definitely, it was a fascinating discussion. Time seemed to go extremely quickly. It's very interesting. Just VR is sort of at an inflection point, I think, in terms of how it's going to get adopted and how I think pervasive it will be. We're seeing companies like Apple starting to come out with devices. That is going to be a big boost to the technology and the ease of use. Many different applications already that have been developed, and we're excited at ViewMind that we're measuring the impact of those applications and how it's affecting our brains in a positive way, and the positive impact that it's having.
And it's so exciting to see you taking what previously has been very subjective measurements of brain health and brain function, cognitive function, and coming up with reproducible, precise measurements. And I know that has implications for your work, JoAnn.
Right. Well, particularly in behavioral health and clinical psychiatry, much of what we do is based on behavioral observations of our patients and subjective feedback. So having assessment tools that are precise, quick, efficient, and accurate, that don't involve a comprehensive 4-hour interview would be just the ticket in terms of scalability and economic solution to a very significant public health problem.
I was pleased that part of our conversation focused on how to reach underserved populations and whether technology would be a barrier to that or not. And Mark, I thought you had a wonderful answer describing the work you've been doing specifically with hard-to-reach populations.
Yeah, so today if you want to do a cognitive assessment with a traditional neuropsychological evaluation, it could take many hours, maybe 4 hours. It can be quite expensive, but probably more importantly, that skill set isn't available in many parts of the world. So with our approach and the technology accessing brain through the eye, through eye movements, and how the eyes respond to a visual stimulus, can give us a technology that's very scalable. And we've implemented this in the southern part of the Colombia, in South America, in the Amazonian rainforest. We have assessors going out doing testing in villages. There isn't even any internet access. So they're gathering the data. When they get back to their office, they're uploading, and then the data is being processed. We're also about to start another study in Africa, and so it can be used across the world, whether it's in a city like Manhattan, where we are right now, or whether it's in poorer parts of the world, and the technology worked in exactly the same way. So it can be a leveler in terms of getting information about people's brain health across the world. It can also help to ensure that when drugs are being developed, that you have a more representative population that the drugs are being tested on as well. Because today, a lot of 80% of drug testing is done on 20% of the genetic diversity in the world of people from European descent. And so this can also be used to try and bridge that gap as well.
And I think, JoAnn, the new advances in generative AI will impact. You've been using VR therapeutically for decades,
True.
But you've been limited by the content that took a long time to develop, the artists, etc.
Right.
But now the new generation will have much more culturally appropriate, age-appropriate content.
Right? It'll be much easier to customize and personalize the virtual worlds, which we hope will engage people more in them and expand their therapeutic potential.
Well, I'm so excited we've had this panel. I know we're going to do amazing work together moving forward. Our field is just taking off. Listen to all the buzz. Well, maybe they're filtering that out, but everybody was so excited about our conversation. I was in particular. I think we had some great conversations. I look forward to further conversations.
Completely. Thank you.
Thank you.